Hello friends and family, it's me, Jessie. So today I am coming to you from Huahai Gongyuan or Huahai Park, and it is very far away from where I live. And if I look a little bit crazy, my makeup messed up or my hair looks bad, it's because I first tried to come here in the morning and then it monsooned really bad. And then I tried to come here again and it took me like an hour to figure out how to get here because I was convinced that you couldn't take an e-bike across the bridge. But this place is really beautiful. It's just like a massive field of flowers around the river. And so I thought I would take you guys with me so you could see a little bit of what it's like in Fuzhou, not inside the city, and what I like to do to relax on my days off. Because if you're kind of an introvert, although I probably seem pretty extroverted, sometimes it's nice just to go walk through a field full of flowers by yourself and enjoy the fact that I'm in a different country and actually able to see these things. So let's go! So one of my favorite things about China sometimes is like the terrible English that you see on signs and t-shirts, and this one is quite great. It says, warning, drooping fall. It's a drooping fall right here. So, I think one of the best things about parks like this, so Huahai Park, or Gongyuan, that's the Chinese word for park, Huahai Gongyuan or Shihu Gongyuan. Shihu Park is a lot more inside the actual city, and so it's a little bit noisier, but so because this park is by Gushan Mountain, it's so far away, and so it's really quiet and really peaceful too. Also, going to a field of flowers is something I've actually never been able to do before, so I'm really excited. I look like such a loser because I'm just walking around with my camera facing my face and taking self-timed pictures of myself because I'm here by myself and everybody else is couples or families and I do not belong here. Honestly, it's so neat to just like drive over a major bridge in the city that's like going towards the airport and to just find this like, massive field of flowers. And it's even got a path, so like you're not gonna trip walking through the flower fields. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite places that I've been in my entire life. Ooh, a butterfly. Didn't catch it. Butterfly? Oh, can't see it. Oh, there it is. Yes, girl. Get it. Do your dance. So maybe since this is a vlog, I should talk a little bit about other things and not just like, oh my god, flowers, so pretty everywhere. So maybe I should talk a little bit about how I feel about living in China so far. I would say that at first, it was definitely a little bit harder than I was expecting it to be. It was a little stressful adjusting. The language difference is pretty, you notice it when you're here. And I speak some Chinese, so like I can't imagine what it's like when you don't speak any Chinese. But it was challenging at first, for sure. The challenges I thought I would face were challenges that I actually faced. And so I would definitely say that was true for me. But I will say it's been a very rewarding experience. I've learned a lot about Chinese culture so far, especially living in a tier 2 city, as I've talked about in a different video before. It's completely different. But in China, the way things are done is just totally different from the way things are done in the West. So people are friendlier, but you also have more of a tendency to take care of yourself or your family before anybody else, which I'll make a video about that later, about some things I saw in a train station that were like slightly disturbing. But it always feels so weird walking around holding a camera and talking to it. You just, sorry, there's a couple laughing at me and you just never get used to it. But as far as like teaching is concerned, oh, let me show you this place. It's really pretty. This couple is just totally staring at me. I'm so, I'll just keep going. I'll just walk into the flowers. Nope. Okay, there's people there too. Vlogger problems. But as far as teaching is concerned, again, like everything else, it was kind of hard at first. It was, I would say, actually really hard at first. and I love teaching. I love my students, and I wouldn't trade them for anything in the world. I got a bunch of classes at first that were first steps. We'll just stop here for a minute. First step classes, which means they don't speak any English at all, but that's okay. That's sort of like your job, you know, you're an English teacher, you're supposed to teach them English. But I think that in a way, it's probably like one of the more rewarding things, because you teach them how to read, you teach them everything they need to know in order to be a functional English language learner. And even in one of my other classes, this is quite a trek, hold on. In some of my other classes, I actually got an older class, so a class that's pretty fluent in English already. They're called Go Beyond. And that's been great because I've gotten to teach them things like cultural stuff, like slang terms, so they understand what's going on. We're gonna write an essay soon, do a presentation. I think I'm gonna get cut up by walking through this. A presentation as well, and then we're also about to start reading The Road by Cormac McCarthy, which I mean I think is pretty challenging. I might be like a hard teacher, but it's pretty challenging for sure. But I think at the same time, it's good for them to get. This is a bug. Is this a bug? No. Okay, no, it's just seed pods. I think it's good for them to get like a, look how pretty this is, like a functional understanding of the language, so they don't use like things like seldom really awkwardly like they often do. But yeah, so teaching has been really rewarding for sure, but it's also been a really challenging experience, especially since I went to school for international relations and not for teaching. But that's okay. I got trained very well, and the challenging parts of it, I had friends here to support me, which was wonderful. But anyway, I don't know. I just sort of want to experience this beautiful garden, so I think I'm gonna let you guys go for now. If you have any questions about what it's like living in a Tier 2 city, I made a video about that on my channel, so please feel free to check it out. If you'd like to see anything about the Fuzhou city itself, what it's like teaching at a private school, just post down below and I'll be happy to make a video for you. And I guess a brief update on my cat. He did in fact actually make it to China. Mars is in China. He is now a Chinese resident, and it actually was not too bad. He's totally healthy. We actually made a visit to the vet here in China, and it went totally fine. In fact, it was incredibly cheap, and the standard of care was exactly the same. So nothing to be afraid of, like everybody says it's something to be afraid of. Anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go while I push through this like ocean of flowers. That's what Huahai Park means. Huahai means ocean and flowers, or flowers and ocean relatively speaking. But I'm gonna let you guys go, and until next time, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and check out Teach English in China's other videos. And until next time, I will see you guys soon. Later.